Hi, Prosperity Team. It's Dr. Money coming to you from the prosperity corner of the universe where silliness is sacred and nobody's perfect. I am your POP, your professor of prosperity, and I'm here so that all of our lives can pop with prosperity. I am here to encourage you not to miss your miracle. How do we miss our miracle? We don't open our minds up to the opportunity. Often what we do is that we think of something that we want and then we get really attached to it. And if we can't have it, we're very upset. Well, that of course pushes our miracle away. I'd like to tell a miracle story, or maybe a couple. Once I was asked to speak at a conference in LA. There were about 300 people there and had a wonderful time, very great response. And the organizer said he would like to have me back to speak the next year. Well, the next year rolled around and I didn't get contacted by him, so I called his office. And they said, well, your services are no longer needed. So I called my friend who also had spoken there and who had recommended me to speak there. And he said, well, why don't you just create being invited to a conference with 1,000 people so that you can speak there? And I said, yeah, all right. So I thought about it and I said, well, okay. So I just said, yeah, I am willing for the universe to send me to a conference where I speak to 1,000 people. Didn't really think about it that much. Did follow my intuition. I sent a book to a former client of mine. I had a one-year seminar client, and she sent it to the organizer of a seminar in Canada. And about a few weeks later, after I had sent the book, I get a call from him. And he says, I am having a conference in Vancouver. I have your book, Easyosophy, and I love it. And I wondered if you could come and speak. He said, I'll have about 1,000 people there. And things fell into place so beautifully. He said, well, now I'm giving up my spot for you to speak. It's in a few weeks. I know that's Thanksgiving. It's more expensive to get a ticket. You'll have to pay your way, but you will get the sales, which I did get made a lot of money on the sales from that event. He said, so I'm not sure whether you want to come. Well, I had spoken at a Unity Church in Dallas, and a woman had said, if there's ever anything you need for me to do to help you out, let me know. Well, I didn't know what she meant, but I called her up and said, I have this opportunity and I'm not sure how to pull it off, and here are the circumstances. And she said, not a problem. She says, I've got 500,000 frequent flyer points. There's like 1 million hotel points. And she said, let me handle it all. She calls me back a little later. Girl, I'm going with you. I've got the tickets booked. I got the hotel booked. I got everything booked. And so I was able to go up there and speak to an audience of 1,000 people. And I wasn't attached to it. It didn't have to happen, but I was open to it and I followed my intuition. Something happened yesterday that was wonderful. Another a miracle that I let in, and I woke up in really pretty bad pain. And I canceled a meeting that I was going to. And I was sitting in the living room breathing, and I would breathe really slow because it hurt so much to breathe out. And I thought, I wonder what would happen if I just pictured this light coming into my body and this pain going away. And of course, as I'm saying it, I'm sort of picturing that. And immediately with that thought, the pain went away. And I went from not being able to breathe, hardly being able to move, to 0 pain level. And so sometimes we just don't allow our miracle to come through. We can't be attached to it, but we also have to have that center of belief within open. Like, who knows, anything could happen. I don't have to have it happen, but wouldn't it be wonderful for this to happen? And that's what it was with the pain. It was like, wouldn't it be wonderful if I could just imagine this light coming into my body and this pain going away? Now, I'll tell you, there have been times when I've done this and I had a pain and it didn't go away. Eventually, it probably did. And there have been times that I've wanted to do things and it didn't happen. However, I don't think, unless I had my mindset in the correct place, that these two things would have happened. So it's not about hitting 100% and thinking, oh, I can't manifest anything. It's about keeping the mind open and just joyously continuing to have an open mind and be willing to attract and have and receive our good. Let's join in unison with the breath. Oh, yes. And as we breathe in, we use that in-breath in order to receive our good. And our exhale is our giving breath. That is the breath that we give away to others. And as we exhale our intention that all other beings on the planet, all humans, all animals, all trees, all mountains, all the waters, the air, all receive their good as well. Breathing in our good and exhaling for all others. Let's remember a few things now, and that is that our burdens have lifted, our cares are few, our joy is unlimited, and I love you.